Hey everyone, Alex here. This is part 2 of our series on building meta filter custom block for WordPress. So in this video I want to show you some improvements, right? And what do we have so far? So here we have this listing of properties. I showed this in previous videos, right? Each of these has custom meta like price, number of bedrooms, number of bathrooms. And I improved a little bit design, and I added also taxonomy here, as you can see this showing here. So let's check it quickly how I did it. So basically taxonomy is pretty simple. There's simple code here. So here's our post type, right, that we created before, this property, and our meta fields, and here's how we make taxonomy. So basically it's just pretty generic. You can find this code, for example, in WordPress documentation also. And the most important here again is show in REST, right, this query var, and it should be public, of course, and we give it a name, in this case property location, and then we attach it to the property post type. And once we've done it, we can see in our dashboard, in our properties, each of these properties can be assigned a location, right? So here you can see we have location taxonomy. So what I did is that I created different locations here, like Brooklyn, Utah, Texas, and then I assign each post to different locations. So what you can do is click quick edit here, and from here you can pick location and update, and now this post will be connected with this taxonomy. So basically taxonomy is like a way in WordPress how to categorize the things into one category. So in this case it's locations. So now in our editor, right, to add the taxonomy, it's also very simple. Basically we just click add new block, right, and then we just type, you can just type terms, right, for example, I think, and from here you can pick categories, for example, and this one will show post categories, right, and what we need in this case is custom post categories. So here you can see that there's drop down, we have transform to variation, and from here we can pick our location taxonomy, and now this taxonomy will display basically locations, right? And then I just place it inside the image. So that's it for this taxonomy, right? So that's a bit improvement here. Then aside from that, so what I did is I moved all this code that was generated before. I used it was generated as a shortcode, so I moved it into a block instead. So here it is. It's called meta filter. So that's the name of the block. Basically, I just copy all this code and moved it into this block. And this code here is also pretty generic. So basically, we just create a new block. So just actually can show you quickly. What we do is how we register blocks here. So let's go and register blocks. Okay, so this is the code here. So we run this register blocks function. Here on init hook, we are using init hook to run this function, and from here we call register block type basically, and then specify the path to the block. So in this case is this build blocks meta filter, so this is where it will be compiled here. And then additionally we pass options here, so in this case it's a dynamic block, so we pass a callback function here. And then this function is called from index.php here inside. Of course, we need to include this index.php also to be loaded. And then from here, this is the function. It's a dynamic server-side function for this block. And here, basically, I just place all this code that was all the logic, all this PHP logic, and all the HTML code. It's all here. So that's what we see here on the front end. So all of this is placed right now into this block, this server-side function, right? So it will be rendered on the front end like this. And in editor, right? If I go in editor, here it's basically it's not so important to. I will improve that. Here we can just show the same form, right, that we have here, but it won't be functional because it will be like a placeholder, like a design only, like placeholder, and it's not important to make it functional because all the functionality will be on the front end, right? And this one is edit function. So in edit here we can put what will be rendered here in editor. So later I'll improve that. For now I just output meta filter here. So what you see here. So the most important would be here on the front end. So all the logic will be in this index.php. So this code is pretty much the same from the past. What I did here is I added this get terms function here that gets all the terms, all this new taxonomy, this one. And then what we do next is that I added new select, right? Basically similar with the previous, that we can now select a location here, taxonomy, right? So it's very similar code to the previous, right, where we get meta and also print here. So again, we try to access from the get variable first. If we can access it, we just use it later for filtering, right? And I'll show you later also this. And then I made some modification to our form. So instead, basically because I want to put this filter on the front page, and this filter will not work on the front page because we are not in the main, just like archive query here, so it's not going to work here. So in here we have a search button, submit, that user can click, right? And we just display this button only if we are only if we are not on properties page, not on archive page, right? So what it means here, so that we can select, for example, bathrooms, like bedrooms, right? So it will select this property here. And then if we click search, what is happening is that we are submitting this form, right? Basically, let's just go here. So it's a simple form that when we submit it, because it has method get, right? So it gets all the variables that we have here in the form and then append it here. And then we are redirected, after this we are redirected to the property archive page, so which is this. And here we already see filtered results, right, of our properties because of this here. And how it works. So let's check. So this code here, this pre-get post, we modify the query, right, and then we check these get variables, like for example location or bedrooms, and check, and then based on this we modify our query basically like that. We set our query to show the results based on these filters, right? That's how it works. And by the way, when we are on this page here, now if I select something here, we get already Ajax filtered posts, so which is cool. So for example, I can filter here, and now we have Ajax form. Let's try. So if it doesn't match the criteria, it will show no posts. Let's just put any. So this is like by default all the posts, right? So if I switch to like 3 bathrooms, it will show me 3 bathrooms. And now I can also filter location. So I will filter Colorado, show me property. It shows me based on the location Colorado. But from the home page, we don't filter it like this. We instead, user can select here, for example, 6 bathrooms, location, Texas, and then from here they click next, and then they redirect it on archives, and this is where they see the these properties. So that's how it works. And basically what I did, I moved all the logic into this block here. So all the front-end logic, all the JavaScript is now moved into this view file. And the way that it's loaded also is that from this block.json, here we have view script property, where we can enqueue and load our Vue.js file. This is what we see on the front end, right? This slider. So, and from here we also load styles here for editor script, editor style, right? So this is the main file for our block, and where we give like a name, right, and some description, some keywords, category, and some attributes. I did not use this yet. We can actually use it later. What we can do with these attributes is that we can, for example, when we add block, right, on our page, we can add attributes here, like selects, right, like switches, where user actually can choose maybe which control to show like this, and maybe some styling like that. So for now I did not use that. So the most important here is that now it's now a block, right? It's not a short code anymore. So we can do anything with what block can do, like add something here. And all the logic for the front end is inside in this PHP, index.php, and all the front end logic is in Vue.js. And that's what we add in the front end here. So that's basically it. That's just a quick update. I'll try to make another video about how we improve this, add some selects here so the user can actually switch this. So that's coming soon. So hope you enjoyed that, and see you in the next lesson.